All right, just to share some information with you and give thanks to Brian from I think it's Brianmobile1. He shared this information on how to build a gambrel roof. I needed a shed to store some items. Try to just put stuff away that's been outside, and trying to clean up my place around here. So I decided to build a shed. First I went down and looked at tough sheds, and they were okay. They're just small and pretty expensive. And I probably have right now about maybe $600 in materials. And I had to buy, well, I didn't have to. I didn't need to buy the nail gun because my hand's messed up and I can't hold a hammer very good. So rather than hammering all this, so I did buy a nail gun, a couple other tools. I needed to buy some batteries since my Craftsman batteries had gone south. They've come out with a replacement 19.2 volt. They're lithium ion, and those would last a lot longer, charge faster also. So I have spent a little bit of money on tools. Now this is the drawing, and I'm not sure how good it's going to come up. I may have to redo this video, but I did want to share with Brian and everybody else appreciation for sharing information, because when you look online, the plans, everybody wants to sell you plans and so forth. Well, I majored in architecture, so I should know this stuff, but that wasn't my profession. So if you don't use it, you'll lose it. But I still remembered some of the basics on how to draw plans and stuff, and I do have some graphics designs program. Been starting to learn SketchUp because of the RC airplanes, the foamies that I'm building, and I'll share some information on that later. But so I did try drawing it up with SketchUp. It was just faster for me to draw it by hand and think it out. The problem was the roof. I can draw basic trusses and stuff, but I really like this gambrel roof because of the extra space. And Brian kind of lays it out really well, the advantages of it. Also, I think you get some clearance here on the sides that you normally wouldn't get. Now I made mine a little higher. The distance from here to here is 6'6". It probably should have been 4 foot, because of these would have been higher and given you more height in there to store stuff. But I have quads and stuff, and I wanted to store them in here as well. And I wanted to make an upper level where I could store all the boxed stuff that I needed to get moved out of the garage where my workspace is at. And I'm kind of thinking now maybe to make this my workspace. But anyway, I have two doors, and one on this side, and it's a 5 foot opening, and there's a 5 foot opening on this side. This wall, and then I put a window here because I had one. This wall right here does not have a window, so there's a door here and there's a door here. And it worked out. It's worked out pretty good. Now what I want to share with you was the gambrel roof. Now I took Brian's instructions, which were excellent. I watched it probably 4 times maybe. But the trick that he mentions is, once you determine what the height of your roof's going to be from here to the top of the top of your top joist, which I figured, okay, I'm going to make it 4 feet. I want 4 feet of height in here for storage underneath there on my second floor. You put this nail in right in the center, just like he explains, and you measure 4 feet and you put another nail. Then you measure. Now this is half the span that you're gonna cover. In other words, this wall to the wall behind me is 10 feet. So it's 10 feet from there to there. So you measure 5 feet that direction, put a nail. Measure 5 feet in that direction, put a nail. And then you take your chalk line, which he shows you what a chalk line is. You put it in the center, go up to your 4-foot mark and put a nail here. And then you connect your chalk line to there, make an arc. Actually, you make that arc first. And then you make that arc. And then you put your chalk line or your tape measure there and make another arc, and then put it over there and make another arc, and that gives you this corner right here, which gives you that corner. This is what you end up with. And I just kind of put this together real quick. I didn't put the what do you call those things on this side yet. I need to cut them out, but I wanted to see if it was gonna work, and it measures 10 feet across there. You know, put it up there and it worked perfectly. So Brian, thanks. I really like the way that's gonna look. Probably this is 10 foot by 11, this building, and I used tongue and groove plywood on the bottom, which that was kind of expensive, a sheet, and I used 4 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. Because I needed the extra distance up there. And I'm going to paint it. I'll paint it. But it's solid. There's 2x4s underneath here on 16-inch centers. 2x4s all the way around on 4x4s on the bottom on pillars. I'll put another top plate on there to bind everything together. I wasn't going to do that at first, and then I got to thinking, okay, how am I going to make sure that those are tied right? And I should have planned it in my plan, and so they were overlapping on all 4 corners, but I didn't, so I'm just going to overlap it on 2 corners, and then put the other in the middle, just a filler. And I don't know, I'm going to sheet, it'll be sheeted all the way around, so I don't think I need to put straps on here, but it's looking good. When I just want to give a shout out to Brian, and thanks for the information. It worked out perfectly.